Hey everyone joining in, welcome. Where are you guys tapping in from? You see it, Barry?
Um, yeah, man. That's hella shit on here.
Hello, hello, Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome. Pittsburgh. Where are you tapping in from, Barry?
Um,
Atlanta?
yep.
Fire. I'm in LA. Char's in Boston. Carly, you in Atlanta also?
I am.
Nice. Garfield said, good old Atlanta. Shout out to Barry.
Say that.
His name is Garfield Larmond. We have
Oh, nigga.
Birmingham, UK, Austin, Texas. Yep. Amsterdam, nice. Water City, LA, Canada. What's up, Canada? Welcome, guys. We're going to give you guys a few minutes to continue to join us. London, hello, London, South Africa, Johannesburg,
I
South
might
Africa.
expire.
Hey Mo, when I switch back and forth with the slides, it still works, right?
It does, yep.
Amazing. Okay, great.
Thank you, Char. South Africa, we have a few South Africas in.
On and on and on.
A recording we are recording the session.
And get wild.
Nigeria in the building. Of course, Dylan, welcome. How's everyone's day going so far? I'm still drinking coffee. It's 10 a.m. for me. Phenomenal. My day's going good.
And get wild.
Hello.
Yo, the link that y'all sent, is it like the link to get into this?
Yes. Let me text you another link right now. That's the easier one to log into it.
Because now people are texting me. It's kind of annoying.
The link I just sent you should be an easy access. They just have to put their name, email, and they get right on. Up all night working. I see you grinding.
No, you better take your ass to sleep.
Sleep is important. Sleep is important.
Most important.
I need a solid 8 hours or I'm not good.
On and on and on. When we first did this, I forgot that we were announcing the tour today.
Oh, nice. We can talk about that today too if you want.
Definitely not the smartest thing to do. But hey,
Brandon said congratulations.
oh,
Brandon Stevens.
oh, Brandon Van, appreciate you, brother, sister, I don't know which one it is, but whichever one.
The squad, Big Meg in the building. Hello. Bo, hello, hello. Hey, Sean, what's up? Everyone that's coming in now, I want to know where you guys tapping in from.
And we fly.
Dylan is excited about Dame and Meg being locked in, so hello. Atlanta, LA, Phoenix. Boston, okay, we have Boston and Dominican Republic, Virginia. Damn, you guys are coming in fast. I can't even keep up. Chicago, Dallas, Buenos Aires. Hey, hello. New York City. Love it. You guys are coming in from everywhere. Compton. Exciting. I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes and we can get this show on the road. This is so good though. I love to see everyone just coming in from everywhere. It's like honestly one of the most exciting parts of SymphonyOS, just having the community joining and just learning from some fire people. Super excited to have Barry on today.
Any plan?
How's your day going, Barry?
Um, my day. It's whatever.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. It's a lot of things happening today, so
Yeah, it's one of those days. Dylan's
yeah.
asking if you're okay.
Say, am I okay? Yeah, I'm always okay. It's just, shit. It's what
Life.
just comes with the business.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit going on. Oh man, no, man, no.
Mo, you want to get started? I think we got a full
do it.
house here and people are going to keep piling in. So,
Let's do it. Sean, before we start, is congratulating you on the tour announcement, Barry, also. But I want to welcome everyone to another session of Symphony University. It's always, like I said, so exciting to see everyone tapping in from all over the world and to get a chance to continue to build with our community. These moments are really special to us, so welcome to another session. Today, I'm really excited to welcome, as you guys can see, the one, the only, no other than Barry Hefner himself. Barry has made his name in the industry wearing many hats, so putting him in just one category wouldn't be fair to him. But he is the president and co-founder of record labels since the 80s. They're the masterminds behind Earth Gang, JID. I don't know if you guys remember one of the most viral trends of 2023, surround sound. That was JID. So Fago, and that's just to name a few. But yeah, we're really excited to have Barry on today. He's going to be breaking down his inside-outside theory, a theory he's created around the artists he's worked with and the knowledge he's gained over the years. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Barry, and let's get the show on the road.
Well, first and foremost, I appreciate the opportunity, to share my thoughts and that I already share verbally on social media all the time. And I appreciate everybody for like tuning in. It's really cool to sometimes just take the time out and speak to the people that are actually, inspired and want to be in the business. I try to do it in a non-traditional way because I'm like a non-traditional type person. I'm actually the one that goes against the grain all the time. So, these platforms and Zoom segments and stuff are just something that, I'm always trying to figure out how to navigate and get around. But with that being said, thanks to everybody for being here. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm more of a collaborative type of person. I love perspective. So I mean, I kind of want to just run through this. And if y'all have any questions, I want to interject and want to just have a conversation and talk about things that y'all see are important or where the business is going and really open it up to y'all. And for me to we just have a conversation, that would be great. So is that cool?
Yeah, we love it. So guys,
Um,
drop in your questions as we're going. If there's anything that really stands out to you, Barry, feel free to like hop in, talk about it, but I'm just going to let you run it.
well, the thing about this whole inside outside theory, like I really wanted to like really dive into this on this platform because it's kind of one of the things I tweeted that, every music exec and everybody in the business managers kind of like hit me up. And it's kind of one of the ones that went viral on just the concept of the thinking. And I honestly just think whenever you're building a business, the foundation of the business and the inside and the outside matters. And it's to me, it's not anything that's like brilliant. To me, it's just simple. It's a simple simplicity of understanding the foundation of a house or a home or anything that you're building. It's just the things that happen inside are not always things that happen outside. And it's just trying to figure out how to take these artists, whether you're a manager or whoever, and just build something, a career or brand, and how you build it, how long it takes to build it. And I think about it as a home because, everybody goal is to probably own a home and something that has a stability that you can pass on to your family members. So I just looked at the career of the artist and thought of it as a home. So as you hear here, I kind of like started off by trying to explain the theory of, advising artists to think of their career as a house or a piece of property. And what lies, and when you're building that house, what lies within that house? What are the things you need to operate and make it what it is? So we went on to my thoughts where, which is true. I think most artists these days, they think about the surface things, the surface level things, which are like, I gotta record music. My image gotta look good, like what my social media gonna be like. But to me, I start looking at it as like when you're focusing on the inside of their homes, the inside of your home are these 6 things, practicing, social media, research, image, recording. Most time people look at these things as just things that you do, but they're not actually thinking about the functionality of these things or why you're doing them. So, I mean, I don't have a graphic designer. These are just things that I literally are just thinking of as the moment. So as I'm thinking of these things and I'm typing, my idea is starting to formulate more and more. So as I'm doing this, my dumb ass just goes and finds a picture of a house, and I just type in the shit on social. You know what I'm saying? I just type in like the couch is your social media. This is the image. This is the recording. I'm just shaping the inside of what I think a house is. Because these are the things that you do inside of your teams. You strategize within your team before you put it on the outside. You strategize with your team. You talk about your social media, strategies. You talk about what your image is. You record the music before the fans hear it. The research, the practicing. These are all the things that you do with inside of your camp and your foundation before you actually are willing to go out in the world and show everybody the things that you've been working on. It's like show and tell. First, you get the shit that you want to do for show and tell, and then you go and you actually show the people. So this is part of the type of concept. You can move to the next one. But the problem is, especially what I see with a lot of artists today, and just artists in general, is like they fail to do the work on the outside of the home. It's almost like buying a car to show out. It's almost like having on expensive clothes, but you don't have a car. It's like you go into the club because the girl's gonna see you in your nice clothes first, or the dude's gonna see you in nice clothes first. But then when you get outside the club, like y'all waiting on Ubers and shit. Like, what a car at? How you got on $3,000-4,000 worth of clothes, but you don't even have a car. Then you get deeper into that, you don't even have a house. You know what I'm saying? Or anywhere to take the person to. So you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, you know, we don't focus on the outside. And the outside is really just the execution, the showmanship. And showmanship is just, understanding that like everything is not transactional. It's like doing certain things to do it, like making sure that you're showing love to the DJs that are the curators, and also just the people in the communities that do these things, and just showing up and supporting. That's the showmanship of the whole thing. Networking. We take networking as a joke. A lot of people network for transactional reasons without actually bringing something to the table. Confidence is another outside thing, because once you get outside with all the things you strategize inside, you need the confidence to sell it to the audience so they buy into it. Um, Being likable, man, that is a thing that some people don't think matters. But people got to be able to want to, meet you and say, "Damn, I really want to see that person wins." Charisma is something that's just it's intangible. Like some people have it, some people don't. Like charisma is not something you can just create out of nowhere. Some people have it, some people don't. But the whole outside focus is just like understanding the things that take the things that you did to the outside to in the inside to another level. You can move it. So being the non-creative person that I am, I find another picture on the internet that is a tore down house. The inside of the house may look good, but you're not doing the maintenance on the outside. Your gutters are not clean. Your bushes ain't cut. It's a nice house on the inside, but it looks like shit on the outside. Because by the time I get the product, you did all this work and then strategizing on the inside, and then you get out of here, it's the equivalent of, fucking doing all this work for 6 months and working on this album, and then you get ready to put the album out, you post the shit on your story. And you like, the fuck we did all this for? And that's all I get is a story post? Like, what does that say to my fan base? What does it say to the people that are buying into what I'm doing? It basically says you don't give a shit about your house. You don't give a shit about your product because you're trying to look cool instead of understanding these are the things that you do. So, as you see, the house looks like a piece of shit. This is not anything genius. I literally typed in trash ass house on Google, and this popped up, and I utilized this. It's just what it was. There's nothing genius about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just, on Instagram just did it. So this is what some people's house look like on the outside. We can move to the next one. Um, and then I go into the thing of like, my thoughts behind the method. I mean, you can read it. It was just like you have to build somewhat of a balance and some synergy in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Between the outside. But you can have some success, by only focusing on one of these things. But I don't think you can succeed superstar status without probably doing both. No matter what people want to say, Beyonce put out a country song that went #1 this week. But she also bought into that whole styling of being a country singer. You saw it with the cowgirl hat on. You saw it with the boots. The song wasn't trying to be played on these things. She's going to go do these stations because that's still another platform and another thing that she has never done. Just because she's Beyonce doesn't mean the country stations and that genre of music has to appreciate her. She has to still go out and do the work. She still has to go do the interviews. She still has to go get with the people and think. No one cares if she's Beyonce. She's Beyonce to the world, but she's not Beyonce to the country people in that market that did with country music on a daily basis. So, what I learned is the people who are really superstars. I watched Travis before he dropped Utopia. Literally go sit down with every radio person and have meetings and him explain his album and his thoughts. This is his 4th, 5th album. He's already Travis Scott. This is Travis Scott that has a jet. This is Travis Scott that has a shoe. He still goes and sit down with these people and work on the outside of his home because these are still the relationships and it's still the people that he needs to buy into what he's doing. And it's just not support me because I'm Travis Scott. This is, I want you to buy into my idea and I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Same thing with JID and the record that we did with Surround Sound. Contrary to popular belief, Surround Sound gained more exposure from the TikTok trend. It became a bigger record from exposure-wise and people seeing it 1000%. I will never deny that. But what it did on the sales end of that trend versus what it had already done, it's not bigger than what it was before. We'd already sold 1.3 million records off that song. The TikTok trend and all that only brought 700,000 sales to the record. So what we did before was way bigger than what it is now. Now the exposure was different because now you're looking at two different things. The exposure was the outside work. You know what I'm saying? It was the trends. It was all of that, things that people don't normally get a chance to see or do. But the inside work that we had already done was putting the record together, putting it into a certain space, doing certain things, doing the radio drops, doing all the things behind the scenes that people didn't see at that time. So, that's just a couple different examples of what I think it is to be able to achieve that status. I think we went, yeah. Blah. And another weak ass like picture, but it just was, when it's all done right and you achieve superstar status, you have this nice home, this nice yard, and everything looks decent because it's built and you built it to be this, and this is the foundation. And through this foundation, there's a lot of other things that come out. You raise your kids in this foundation. You make better humans in this foundation. You make a better life for you and the ones that are around you when you do the shit the proper way. Like I said, I don't think any of this shit is genius, bro. I just think at the end of the day, it's trying to find a way to simplify these things in your head to make sense to everybody around you so everybody know what part they play and how to play it. You can go to the next one. Yeah, then I just go into my daily rant about how I just actually hate every parts of this shit sometimes because everybody doesn't listen, nobody cares, and everybody's just doing shit for clout and all the wrong reasons. And I think we're just destroying the business, and it's ass. It's like seeing little ANU basketball players run up and down the court every day and just shoot random ass shots and threes, and they don't actually know the game. They don't know how to play basketball, and it's a terrible product that they're putting out. And that's what you're getting now in music. It's not that everything has to be like lyrical. I don't believe in that. That's not even some of my favorite music. I believe in whatever you're trying to build and what the artist and the vision is, executing and seeing that through and making the best product that fits that audience is what matters to me. Quentin Tarantino has made several types of movies. You know, what's to say that Avatar is better than what Tyler Perry does? You know, Tyler Perry has an audience. You know, he's catering to his audience. Avatar caters to another type of audience. Star Wars caters to another audience. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has an audience that they're catering to. So, man, you know, I can go, like I said, I can go on the days and days about these points, but, you know, take care of your home, the inside, the outside of it, you know, and just, you know, hyper focus on some of these aspects will get you, it can get you some places. But does it create superstars? I have no clue. I haven't seen it done in a while. And I don't think the business has actually created superstars in a long time. Another dumbass thing that I just found on the internet, dumbass puzzle. The reason I use the puzzle because all of this shit is a puzzle. It's just literally it's literally having an idea in your head and creating the pieces to make the whole picture. That's the only reason I use this thing. Like I say, this shit is not genius. It's just, I mean, if you have any type of brain, you can think of this on your own. That's it. That's all I have for it.
Okay, we can kind of get rolling with creating some conversation around some things that you said. As you were going, Barry, Dylan was asking, how did you find Sophago? And did he already have his image before you met him? And if not, how did you help him mold that image? I know he said something about being a popular loner in a past interview. And he's asking how much does this translate over into the BT picks and his cadence and whatnot?
You said somebody asked that?
Yeah, someone asked that. Dylan V asked that.
What was it? What was his question again? He said, what?
He said, how did you find Sophago?
Hey,
And did he go?
let me answer that one first. I did not find Sophago. Sophago was brought to me by building my foundation, which is my house. You know, once you build the house, people tend to bring you things to your house. You know, it was built from a me and Fago started working together. Lamar actually had Fagos first, but I actually signed Backwoods, the producer that was producing for Fago, because he was part of our infrastructure in a house with my brother who named Brandon, who who had a studio, and Backwoods was one of the persons that were coming to the studio working with some of our other producers. So I took a liking to Backwoods, ended up signing him, and Backwoods introduced us to Fago. So it was like a community thing. I didn't find him. It was Backwoods who brought him to me, and Lamar had him first. I actually came onto their team to be just like a senior advisor on it because I just wanted to help them succeed and put them into the right places. So obviously, like Travis Scott came through me. Um, and you know, we just tried to build his infrastructure. What was the other part of his question?
He's
Some about
asking if he already had an image before you met him. And if not, did you help mold his image?
when I first saw Fago and met Fago, Fago had already put a video out with face paint on and off the map. I mean, I don't know why he stopped doing those things, but yeah, I mean, from when I first saw him, I felt like he already had an image and a fan base that he was doing. Our job was just to help him on the more of the industry business things and align him with things to help him build his brand and take it further. That's all we were really brought. That's all I was really brought in, and my team was brought in for to help with. So he already had an image. I mean, he's a kid that just he looks like a little star. You know what I'm saying? Like he built that shit on his own. That's all him.
He's also asking, adding on to that, Barry, like how much do you feel him being, this image he's created, how much does that translate over into the BT picks, his cadence and things around the way he creates his music?
In all honesty, I think, you know, in all honesty, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. In all honesty, I feel like, you know, that's also part of what hinders him. You know what I'm saying? From being the superstar that I know he could be, is that you know, he focused on those things too much. I mean, it's kind of just like what we're talking about. It's the inside outside. He doesn't do the work on his house. You know, he doesn't do the outside things. He hyper focus on a couple things, and that's it. And that's just not enough. It will get you noticed, it will get you money, it will get you an entry to this, but it doesn't make you a superstar, you know? So I mean, what I just said kind of re re applies to him as well. I mean, he knows this. We talk about it all the time. So I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, Like it works however he thinks it works. You know, he just put up pictures and shit. I don't think it's no right. I don't. There's no science behind that shit. What he does, he just does
Yeah,
it.
that is true. Jason's asking, how important is investing and putting your money into the beginning process to get things off the ground?
Always willing to better yourself. I mean, if you're not willing to put your money behind what you're doing, then don't ask nobody else to put their money behind it, because that means you don't believe in yourself. So while you ask somebody else to put some money behind something that you're not even willing to put your own money behind, so that is to me, that's not even. I mean, it's no question is a dumb question, but I'm just saying is if you even have to question yourself to do those things, then that means you probably need to find something else to be doing because you don't really believe in what you're doing. Always, always, even if you sign to a label, I preach this shit to every artist that I have. The money that you get from a show isn't just your money for you to keep in your pocket. There's also the money to put back into your house to add on things that you don't have in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's your house. You can continue to keep adding and increasing and making it better with what you have coming. Always add on to your house.
Facts. How do you communicate the importance of social media to an artist that is reluctant to jump on board?
How do I do what?
Communicate the importance of social media to an artist that's like not sure if they want to jump onto the whole social media aspect of the business.
I don't, I don't, I don't, I'm not one of those people that believe social media is the way for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I truly believe. Like I say, my whole thing with people are what do you want out of the game? And if you're an artist that come to me or you're a person to tell me, I want to be the biggest, I automatically just stop listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ask somebody how much money they want, they're gonna say, I want all of it. What the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like asking somebody what you want to eat. Somebody say food. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You want food? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like, what type of food? What do you have? What do you have a taste for? Like, and it's the same thing with social media. What the fuck are we doing on social media? Because if you're just gonna post up, you just sitting in the fucking studio every day, bruh, fuck you. That's not entertaining. This is the entertainment business. The job is to entertain. I don't want to see you posted up in the studio or you show me your goddamn clothes every day, bro. I don't give a fuck. What makes you also think that you're that important that I want to know what type of clothes you have on every day, as if I don't have a life? What if I can't afford those clothes? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I think at the end of the day, it's about what is our strategy? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to promote? Why are we on social media? If you just own this shit to be on this shit, just to fucking, it's a networking. It's a social networking thing. So what you should really be doing is networking and finding people that fit in. I'm not talking about the top tier people, the lower level people. Stop being so fucking, stop being so, stop trying to be so cool that you're not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a chance, man. Put yourself, if you actually know Drake's story and you actually know Drake started out interning in hot beats. He was going to get people coffee and shit like that. He became the biggest artist in the world because the humility that he had in what he does, he had a goal. And it wasn't about looking cool. You ever see a Drake interview? Drake always downplays himself to other people, knowing that he's the biggest because he understands that, like, they represent a space that I don't represent, even though I am one of the biggest. I'm not a street nigga, but I'm gonna go do songs with street people because that's how I galvanize and grab that audience. It's smart. He's a very smart person. And the ones who are successful are the smart ones, not the dumb ones who just do shit. You can think Playboy Cardi's not like literally planning to do this shit, then you're crazy. You don't know these people behind the scenes. And I'm telling you, behind the scenes, these people who are super, super successful are really planning this shit out. It's not a coincidence. They're not getting lucky. You get lucky once or maybe twice. Success is not luck. It's repeatedly doing something over and over again and building your shit up to where you know what you're doing.
Bars. How are you defining a superstar these days? Because it seems it's so much easier to make money than become a superstar.
Depends on, right? Depends on, or you go, because I mean, I think a lot of times people don't understand there's a difference between being a superstar musician and being a famous musician. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a superstar in the music world, but not be a fucking superstar or A-list celebrity in everyday life. You know, to be famous and to be a superstar, it's a lot of things that come along with that. You know what I'm saying? You could be a successful musician, and I'm not even talking about a superstar thing, and make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on what you see. What I see as what I personally think what's a superstar in today's time is what a Drake is what a Beyonce is. They're damn near iconic at this point. Kanye is a superstar. Travis is a superstar. You know what I'm saying? You get to other people, they're like just great artists. You know, they're super successful, they're talented, but you know, they're not the superstars. The superstars to me are the ones that transcend just music. They also transcend, like, you know, clothes. They can sell damn near anything. Their personality lives way beyond just the music. And like I say, even being that don't make you, you know what I'm saying? Being famous and a celebrity is like, you know, that's a whole nother thing, bro. That's based off who you date, what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Where you at, who you're around, who your friends are, you know, the A-list celebrity, you know, that shit is that's the soap opera part of the business. But also adds to your superstardom.
This is facts. Willie's coming with a really interesting question.
Who the hell is Willie?
Asking. Willie's asking, seeing as a lot of artists are introverts, how could building that house look like as an introverted person?
Man, interesting, right? As an introverted person, I mean, I don't want to say this because it's gonna sound bad, but it's like, I mean, I don't think everybody has superstar personalities, right? I don't think everybody's destined to be a superstar. I don't think just because you're talented make you a superstar. I mean, 6ix9ine wasn't talented, but that nigga was hella entertaining. I mean, he fits the business of entertaining. Like that's the thing that people don't understand about this shit. No one gives a fuck about your talent, bro. Like, who fucking cares, bro? Like, like, cool, bro. Everybody's talented. So everybody has a talent. Everybody on the world is gifted in one way or another. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a um a basketball player. Like, it doesn't, some people are just gifted communicators. Some people are gifted cooks. Everybody has a talent. I don't think a lot of people actually spend enough time with themselves to actually get to know their talent, or people ignore their talents and they want to do what they see other people do. That's just the nature of the business. But I don't know. And I don't know how to even answer that, because I think maybe you have to just create an ecosystem around you that doesn't really need you to be that outgoing. Or maybe you put certain pieces around you that do the talking for you, you know, and you just focus on certain things, you know. So I don't really know, because it just depends on what level. I think it's all depending on what level and what you want to do. I just think it's very hard to ask that question, because I'm not like a type of person that looks at like, oh, if we're not Drake, we're nothing. I mean, my artists make a lot of fucking money. Jid makes a lot of money. Earth Gang has made a lot of money. Like, if I told you the numbers of the things they get paid and how much they get paid to do it, it's a lot of fucking money. Jid just got his first hit recently. He's making the same amount of money some of the biggest people you think make money is. They pay him hella money to do things. He just is not a flashy person, so he doesn't come on the internet and say the shit. But it's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot. It's ridiculous, actually.
I like that. And jumping on that, I kind of want to have you answer Zaquan's question next, because he asked, like, how do you invite more people to the house to like tour and booking agents with a budget? Because you're saying, you know, like, Jid just had his first hit, but he's making a lot of money. Like, how can people bring in more people to, you know, see the house, be in the house, with a smaller budget?
See, this is the thing. I don't think this has anything to do with money all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've watched things take its course without money. Listen, money is never a bad thing to have. Like, you know, I don't think it's, listen, I think sometimes when you have to always think it's money, that means you're just not that good. Somebody just said it, community is everything. The problem is y'all want to start so high with everything because y'all don't have a real long plan. You don't really have a real strategy. When I first grab an artist, the first thing I think about is texting it to everybody I know who's my friends, people that I trust within my community to give me feedback. That is the first thing that I do. I literally send out songs that I truly believe in to everybody that I know that I fuck with and just ask for their opinion. Now, my Rolodex may be a little bit bigger than your Rolodex, but everybody in my Rolodex, I don't send that shit out to. I don't send it out to all the A&Rs or the header labels. First, for what? I'm trying to get the community and my people that I respect response first. Because you never know sending that song to somebody who they may send it to, and it's a trickle down effect. But I'm thinking introduction and exposure my first year with any artist. And I'm not talking about overexposure. I'm just trying to literally get people to even tell me how they true feelings. And what I end up doing when I do that, I build a list of people who's super interested into it and where these people work at and what they do. And I say, these are the people that's kind of on the fence about it. These are the people who just not fucking with it. The people who ain't fucking with it, I see them when I see them. The people that's on the fence, I'm like, I got the ones that love it and the ones that's kind of on the fence. So if I do the right couple of things, I'm gonna convince these other people. The other people who don't give a fuck about it, why am I even worried about them? Motherfucker, Coca-Cola has the same red can every fucking day. I don't give a fuck what country you go to, it's a red fucking can. They don't give a fuck about if you want fucking Pepsi right now. I'm selling you Coca-Cola in this red ass can. I don't give a fuck what country, what language, it's Coca-Cola red goddamn can. If you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. I'm not worried about the people who don't fuck with it. You can get rich as hell off of just the few people that do fuck with it. So while you worrying about all the rest of these people, man, you got to understand that some people just never gonna buy into anything that you do. Some people will never like you. It's just the way the world works. You can't have everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not possible. So what you have to focus on are the people that do and the ones that you can probably slide over. Everybody else, fuck them. They come around when they come around. So I don't know if I answered your question, but
No, you did, but let's further get into that question. Nick is asking, how do you go about networking when you're relatively unknown? Because like, you know a lot of people, your network is big. How does someone start when they don't really know that many people?
man, let me tell you something. Y'all have social media, the number one stalking fucking thing. Bro, I was a stalker when I first started this shit. Like, I can go deep into this conversation, man. It gets a little scary. Like, when you grow up a certain type of way, this shit is just in you. That's what I'm saying. Some of these things is just like, I'm not gonna say they common sense, but some of these things is just you utilizing what you have and making the best of it. I used to watch and follow certain people, not the biggest people. I used to follow people from Double XL that used to like write in the magazines and shit. I used to follow certain writers and certain things, and I would just see people talking about certain shit on social media. And like, I would see where they were posting up at shows and them talking about going to these different shows. And I didn't even have to like the fucking artist that was performing there, but I knew it was an ecosystem of people that I needed to get to and that would be there. So I knew these people faces. I knew what fucking shows they like because they literally tell you on social media. Everybody just tells you everything they like on social media. So I would just go up and start having random ass conversation with these people like, yo, man, I gotta hurry up and get back home because fucking a show The Takers is coming on. They be like, oh, you watch that show too? I be like, oh yeah, man, I really love that show. I'm lying my fucking ass off, bro. Fuck that show. But it's a conversation, is me trying to have a conversation and to connect with people. You're still trying to connect with people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about connecting because that person may not know that I actually have something of value at that point, but it's also like, I'm just here to connect. Once you get a face and it's a name and a face and they get, you know what I'm saying? Then it's starting to be like, how do you move along? You don't always come into something asking for something. To me, it's just about, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm a different type of nigga though. So it's like, I'm just different, bro. I'm kind of like a psychopath. So it's like everybody don't have that. I'm a different type of person. So you utilize what you have. You have to use the community to prop you up and build you up. You have to actually talk to people. You got to actually do something, whether it's online, offline. I don't give a fuck where that. You have to actually like build something to where people want to see you win and do something, or you just go viral out of fucking nowhere and shit, whatever. Fuck it, bro. Let's see, can you redo that? Because you can't repeat virality, bro. You just can't. It's luck. It's like winning the fucking lotto. You cannot repeatedly do that every time. At some point in time, you're going to have something that is substantial that you continue to keep building upon. Like, that's why these artists come and go, because they team don't know what the fuck they doing. They don't know what the fuck they doing. And honestly, a lot of y'all don't. Y'all just want to make music and shit because it's cool. Y'all really are hobbyists that are just doing some shit. Like, y'all don't, it's not what y'all really care about.
Dave is asking, something that he's been seeing a lot of artists making lately are Discord servers for their communities. He said Earthgang recently did this, and he wants to know what your thoughts are on these semi-private communities like Discord for artists.
I think I saw some shit in this thing, like it kind of popped up on the screen, where go look at what Universal is doing. See, this is when you get deep into the business. Go look at what Universal is doing to what the fuck do you call that shit? When I forgot what he called it, his memoirs. Like, I don't even think that's what it is, but whatever the fuck case may be. Lucian Grange put out this letter at the top of the year about the new transitional structure, like him transitioning into this structure of UMG, and what he was trying to focus on. This is one of the biggest companies in music, the biggest public traded company in the business. And you know what he's starting to realize is, which I mean, if you pay attention to this shit on daily, you could have realized this 5-6 years ago. They're focusing on super fans. They're focusing on community. Duh shit. Like, bro, everything starts within the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's kind of weird when you see an artist take off. You see an artist take off, and then you go to the city and nobody fucking knows who he is. It's like, bro, you just sit in your fucking room with a song that went viral on the internet, and when you go to the city, no one actually knows who the fuck this is. No one knows his name. No one knows where he's from. No one even knows what city he's from. Automatically, you're starting off behind the 8 ball. Because you got to understand, once your biggest moment of visibility, the clock is starting to tick. It's a clock ticking on when this shit is over, because that's just what it is. It's an expiration date. We don't know when it's going to be, but the clock is ticking. So, at the end of the day, he talks about super fans, and I saw somebody say super fans. Like, man, this shit ain't rocket science, bro. This shit is just, some of y'all are good GMs and some of y'all are not. Some people build good businesses and some people not. Some people need a lot of help. Some people don't. You have to utilize the pieces that you have to build what you need to do. And sometimes that's just about understanding talent, not just the actual artist talent. It's executive talent too. So he talks about those super fans and that community building. It will always be based on community. It will forever be that. Everything is community. As mammals, if you watch Animal Planet, I'm a big Animal Planet component. Like, bro, we're all pack animals, bro. We all run in packs, bro. The wolves run with the wolves. The lions run with the lions. We're pack animals, bro. Find your fucking pack and build from your pack. Your pack is nothing but your community, bro. That's just all that shit is.
This is true. And Sophia's asking, like, do you think that there's ever a right time to start developing these sub communities? Like, could an artist do this too early?
Do it when you do. I don't see, the problem is y'all look at numbers. If it's 10 fucking people, those 10 people hopefully has one other friend. People are packed people. They run together. Y'all like similar shit. That's why y'all are friends. We like to do similar shit. That's why we're cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hang out with people that don't like to do the shit that you don't want to do. So y'all musical taste, what y'all eat, what y'all like to do is always going to be similar. So if it's 10 fucking people there that likes this, bro, it's probably 2 more, 3 people they can bring into this shit that likes it too. And when they bring them in, there's 3 to 4 other people they may like that can bring them in. You're talking about building something. Nothing starts big, bro. Everything starts small with small little pieces. It takes a bunch of small things to build something big, bro. It's always how it will always be. It's never been anything different. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it works.
This is facts. This isn't a question, but Jackie's saying you're her hero.
Who Jackie said? Oh man.
That you're her hero.
Thank you, Jackie, but I think you should find the heroes.
Tolu, what are key pieces of advice that you would give to managers who are trying to take their artists to the next level independently?
I'm not an advice person. I'm a perspective person. And my thoughts on that is like I share my perspective, right? Perspectives are to be shared, they're not to be validated. Advice to me is like trying to tell you what to do. I don't know your situation. I don't know who you work with. So for me to give you advice is like, this is not one shoe fits everything. This is not one size fit all. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally can create your own restaurant or build your own house to however you want to build it. Who's to say that your house is better than my house? Or I can say my house is better than your house. I don't know. Maybe you want to live in a fucking tin can that just has 1 room, 1 bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about advice. It's just about I'm a business model type of person. I'm about perspective and business models. I'm not like an advice type of nigga, bro. Like, don't fucking take what I say to heaven with you, motherfucker, because God may tell you it's fucking wrong. I don't know. I don't have any advice. I'm just telling you how I view things. I'm just giving you my perspective. I don't have any advice because I don't know what the fuck going on. I'll try to figure it out every day too, just like the next person. I don't have all the answers.
Okay, so adding on to that, instead of advice, a perspective on strategy. How
I mean,
did you?
I just gave a whole perspective on strategy.
Okay, yeah, but like a question related to strategy. How did you secure festivals played prior to having an agency representation and leveraging success on regional stages to transition to national stages?
Okay. This is one thing I want. I definitely think this is important, and I want everybody to leave this conversation with understanding one thing and one thing only. You're in the music business. If there's no fucking business to be done, then I don't know what the fuck. Those things are not available to you. When people put you on festivals, it's to sell tickets for their festival because they needed to. They need you to be able to bring people. That's like asking for a manager with no business. What fucking business do you have for me to manage? There's nothing there to manage. There's no money. There's no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring in it's like I say, man, and you break it down into the simplest things. You have a manager in these things when you actually have something that needs managing. You play these things when you actually have a base that provides something. It's a give and take. I'm going to pay you money to advertise my festival to the people that want to come and see you. That's all this shit is. This is not about how cool you are and none of that. How talented you are. Can you sell tickets to my festival? I don't think you need an agent to do these things, but you need some foundation. You need some foundation in the audience. And how you do that without an agent is through local promoters. Those opening up sessions, those local promoters are the same people that when these shows and tours come around, if you see a local promoter in your city and he does all the acts that come through, go to that local promoter in your city and ask him when is his next show and could you start opening up for some of his things. Show your value. When he starts saying that you can bring 100 people, when he see the crowd of 100 people, he's going to talk to the other bigger promoters to say, hey, man, it's this kid in the city, got a real big fan base that's really growing up. Y'all should look at him. Bro, all of this shit is 2 big agencies. I mean, it's 2 big promoters in this shit. It's AEG and it's Live Nation, bro. It's only 2 ways you can go with this shit. Local promoters who have their own country, like once it gets to a certain level, AEG or Live Nation is doing this shit. That's just how the cookie crumbles, bro. And Live Nation is damn near like a monopoly over all this shit. They're like, it's really illegal what they do. Like, so at the end of the day, you have to just build this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, to me, it's like there's no way around it. It's not, I'm not saying something no one has not ever said. It's just it's just people want to hear it. People tend to listen and want to hear when they want to hear it. But bro, all of this shit is relatively available on the internet. You can literally go to YouTube and find all this shit out. Like, it's not like that's the truth. It's not,
YouTube University.
yeah, bro. There's no like hidden secrets to this shit. Like it's out there.
Yeah. If you found an artist today whose music you loved and you wanted to work with them in Atlanta, what would be your first step to grow them like the other artists you've worked with?
Oh, I got to answer this. I just said my first year of having any artist is, you know, visibility and taking them to people I know.
Yep.
That's exactly what I would do. I wouldn't do anything different. I would literally see what song I like and text that shit to everybody I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I will get feedback. I get feedback. I build real feedback list on certain shit. Like I can tell you who likes what and who doesn't. I do it all the time. I break it down in the most simplest ways.
Do you think artist development is dead in this age?
No, because I do it every day. I mean, Billie Eilish was artist development. Olivia Rodrigo was artist development. The stars are usually developed. They don't just come out the sky. Travis was artist development. Wiz Khalifa was artist development. Mac Miller was artist development. I mean, it's still there. It's just some people don't have the patience to do it. The labels never really done it. If you know anything about rap and hip hop, labels never develop shit. It's always the production companies that do it. It's always the subsidiaries that are signed to these labels that brought them these artists. Cash Money was a subsidiary label of Universal. Cash Money built those artists. QC is a subsidiary of Motown. They built those artists. The label just need the money to do the shit. That's it. Like throughout Rap a Lot, Swab House, No Limit, Cash Money, Bad Boy, LVRN. I don't give a fuck where you go with it. LaFace Records. Everything is a subsidiary of a major label. They don't know black music. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care. Like they care about what makes them money. When you get this shit right and we want to make some money together, then you bring this shit to me. This is a business, bro. They don't give a fuck about y'all. If that shit don't make them no money, they don't care, bro. That's just what it is. No one cares about your talent. You and your team are the only ones who gonna really care. The people who live with you in your house are the only people who gonna care. Everybody else is just gonna come in when that shit is valuable for them to make some money and make them look good on their other side. That's just the truth of the matter. It's a hard truth to swallow, but it's the fucking truth. You gotta just use them like they use you sometimes. Shit. It's a trade of services.
What's the skill, jumping on that, because like obviously you've done this, you've figured this out. What's the skill that you used personally when trying to elevate yourself within the music industry?
Me?
Yeah.
Skill I use?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, bro. I'm really that nigga.
So you're just like yourself. That's the skill you use,
Myself,
authenticity.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, I mean, from Wiz Khalifa to Mac Miller to Travis Scott, I mean, my track record speaks for itself. I can identify talent. I mean, I'm a visionary. I see things before other people see them. That's just naturally who I am. And I have a lot of charisma, bro. I'm gonna get to what I want to get to. I'm relentless though. It's not even a joke. Like I'm a psychopath with this shit. Like it's not nothing we do is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that we're going on tour with 21 Savage after having the Nevermore record with 21 Savage. It's not a fucking coincidence, man. Like, motherfucker, that shit was plotted like that. That shit didn't just come out the sky. I don't give a fuck what nobody say on the internet. I don't give a fuck what nobody say in no interview. All of this shit is thought through and plotted. The only thing that wasn't thought through and plotted was that little kid in the Philippines doing that fucking challenge and goddamn doing that rest of that shit. But everything is thought about, bro. I get up every day, sun up to sundown working on this shit. I don't miss a day.
You know, I think you mentioned something about superstar level and how everyone's not made for that. I'm not sure if this is what this person means, but they're asking if you have any specific advice to give artists who don't want to be famous. I'm wondering if they mean like superstar level, but still be able to make a living off of their music.
Oh, brother, the what are you talking? The world, you have hold on, let me say this. Love child music. No, I'm not from Pittsburgh, brother, but I used to live in Pittsburgh. But I'm not from Pittsburgh. I'm from Atlanta. But I used to live in Pittsburgh for like 5 years though. So like that's my second home. So you know what I'm saying? Like I have a dying, like if there's a place that helped me grow up as a young man and become a man, Pittsburgh saved my life at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So my heart is with anybody from Pittsburgh, and I like gravitate towards those people. You know what I'm saying? A lot more. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at. You were saying, I just saw him say that Pittsburgh just means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Like just that shit is a very big part of my life.
Yeah.
You were saying what you were saying?
You know what? This was actually Love Child's question. So that's actually really interesting. But they were asking if you have any advice to give to artists who don't want to be famous. I think they
Yes.
mean like
Yes, no,
super.
I get it. No, yes, bro. Listen, I have artists that don't want to be famous. They don't want to do shit, bro. Sometimes they don't want to do shit. Cool. We built a multi-million-dollar business off of them not wanting to do shit. Man, listen, Jid made $13 million last year. I'm just gonna put it out there. Jid has offers for $1 million for shows. His shows are $300,000, $400,000. He would never say this in real life, but it's the fucking truth. He don't want to do shit neither. What you have to do is build that community. Everything ain't about being a superstar, bro. If you don't want to do certain things, Frank Ocean don't do shit neither. He don't do shit, but he makes good music. He knows where his music lies at. He has a community. Like, it's a lot of these artists. SZA is not the most outgoing person, bro. She don't want to do shit neither. They all cry about doing shit. Most of these artists don't want to do shit, but be creative and put out their music. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to figure out what does that look like in your perspective. Also, too, man, contrary to the popular belief, that shit does have to be good. Because if you're going to do less, nigga, then your shit has to be phenomenal. It has to be phenomenal. It has to damn near be like, it has to be phenomenal. If you think you can get away without doing nothing.
This is true.
So, you know, I don't know, man.
Did you guys do anything, someone's asking, to amplify the success of the JID track after it was a viral trend, or did you guys just kind of let it rock?
No. I think it was a viral trend. The strategy was because it was more on a global. I mean, it's this thing called, man, I want to put this in here for y'all because, see, I like to give people information, man. I don't think, like I said, all right, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. We're in the music business. These niggas ain't smart, bro. I'm just keeping the book. All these people in this shit is dumb. They're dumb as fuck. Like, they're just not that smart. So I like to just put things in here that people can that you can look into. Trigger cities. Hold on. I'm about to put it in here because it's really cool. Haha. So it's a really funny thing, and I'm about to put you on to something. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? I want you to go do this when we get off this shit. I don't know how to get back to this shit. How do you get back to this shit? Man,
It's not going to be in the tabs. It's going to be behind your tabs.
what?
So like put your tabs down. It's like an app. It's not on your tabs. Like minimize your tabs and you'll see it.
Nah, bro, that shit not working. Damn, how I put this shit in here? I lost it.
Send it to me and I'll put it in there.
What's your name?
Stop playing. It's right there on the screen.
All right, hold on. Put it in there. Hopefully it pops up for me again. Damn, I like lost y'all.
Will, it's behind. It's behind.
You keep saying that shit and I'm not seeing it.
Just close the, like minimize your tabs because it's not going to be on the tabs.
Barry, it also might be to the side. Like if you click if it was your whole screen, it'll pull back up.
Yo, can you like make the screen so it come back up? One at a time. I lost it. Like, okay, there it is. Never mind.
Okay, I also just sent everyone the link that Barry was just talking about.
Yo, so like, right. I want y'all to go look at this shit when we get out there. How much time we got left? Like a minute or something?
We do, but if you want to talk a little bit more, the floor is yours.
No, so look, go and check this shit out, right? I remember I learned this from I like to always give props and praise, and this is what relationships and community is. I was frustrated at Interscope when we were with Earth Gang and some people and shit, and I was frustrated with G and Earth Gang when we was over there, and I was pissed because I kept feeling like man, what's the code to this shit? Like, and I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Like, why aren't certain things? And I know we're doing everything we need to do. Like, why are some of these things not working? I remember I was talking to Don Robertson, and he was talking to me about like literally going to check out, you know, the pop stars, and he told me this little secret, and it wasn't like a real secret, but he was just telling me like we're thinking too. I'm thinking too insular of like what my thoughts wasn't big enough. Basically, what he was telling me, he was like, "You're looking for the wrong thing, and you need to be looking at the picture from a whole." And what he meant by whole was the globe. And the funny thing about us, our whole standpoint on the artists that we built is called global monopoly. Like our whole thing is how can we build up our artists in every territory? That's why we tour so much, because we agreed that in the beginning of us working together that if it was a new territory, we were always willing to take less to go break in a new market. So we ended up like talking to Don, and he told us about this shit. I want y'all to get off this shit. I want you to go look at every pop star, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, everybody. You're gonna see their biggest cities, their top 5 cities are always gonna be like Mexico City, Indonesia, fucking the Philippines, fucking Paris. It's gonna be somewhere you like, what the fuck? Why is they shit so big in all of these other places outside of the US? Because truthfully of the matter is the system of Spotify and all of this shit is based on algorithms. Bro, it's based on how many people are buying into something. And what the problem is, no one ever told y'all lads that it had to be people from the United States of America. It just needs to be people. And what happens is people in the Philippines, it's cheaper to advertise there. It's less to do things in Brazil where there's a bunch of fucking people at, but it's not as expensive because there's no real markets and shit there for these things like the US, where everybody's marketing music. And it's about population. So if you go put some shit in a population that has 50 million people in Mexico fucking City, and I advertise there, and I get X amount of people to click on this link and listen to this song from Mexico, it's going to trigger the algorithm on Spotify and all these other things to make you feel like, oh, this song is popular. No one cares about where it's coming from. They just know that it's people buying to the platform. The algorithm then populates the shit because they think it's popular. Then the people follow it, and then you add your advertising. So what the thing we did with surround sound was it was popular globally in the Philippines at first. Only thing we did was spend like $20,000 to try to move it back, the trend and everything back to the United States. But we saw the virality in it because people around the world was doing it, and it was becoming a thing. And the truth of the matter is, what really took that song and that trend over the hump is when females start shaking their ass to it. And honestly, to be honest, black females run the world. Everybody copies off what black females do. And females just in general run the world. So when girls start doing shit, everybody else tunes the fuck in. We didn't make them shake their ass to it. Some girls just started doing it. And then it became, who's going to shake their ass the most? And we just rolled on the backs of the women. You know what I'm saying? And they took us to the top. I don't take credit for that shit at all, bro. That's not some shit that I did. That's some shit the community of people did for that song.
You're real, Barry. We appreciate you. You kept it very real, dropped many gems, and I think everyone's leaving this knowing a little bit more and really just hyped about everything that you just shared. So big appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us. This was an amazing session.
Right, and my name Barry, not Barry, bro. Goddamn name ain't no Barry.
What
Barry. That's my name. Ain't no goddamn Barry.
is on the screen? They see you, Barry. Barry, big Barry. All right, Barry. Appreciate you. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned. This session will be on YouTube, so you guys can tap back in. Thank you again, everyone.